Today we are continuing on with doing stuff with Google. So we've done Google Mail and we've done Google Calendar. Today we're going to do Google Photos and how you can integrate it into Home Assistant. So I've spent no expense and bought one of these. A very, can I use the word cheap and nasty camera from somewhere. We're going to use that to take pictures. So if we're going to take pictures, then I should strike a pose. Oh no, I should roll the credits. Let's roll the credits. So, like I said, I've got myself a camera. I spent rather way too long trying to get it to work. The instructions were in, I think it's called Chinglish, where there weren't really any instructions and it doesn't kind of make any sense. In the end, I have used MotionEye. And MotionEye is an add-on, and I've just got the camera working. As you can see, it's got two lenses, so you have kind of a close-up lens. I think it's meant to be on kind of looking out at a house, so this would point down, and this one's got movement on it. But they're the same image and they come at the same time. If you want me to make a video on MotionEye, please write MotionEye in the credits and we'll create a video. So I've got a source that I can create pictures from. So what I was going to do today is we're going to capture these pictures and then send them up to Google Photos, and then we'll do something really clever. So we're going to need to create an automation. So let's go into settings, automations and scenes. Create a new automation, create a new automation. I'm not going to worry about triggers or anything like that now. We'll add an action. And what we want to do is just type in snapshot. So I could create a MotionEye snapshot, but if you've already got cameras, you can just use the normal camera snapshot. So I'm going to take a camera snapshot and I'm going to use this camera here, mainstream, and the file name, I need to call it media, because that's the folder it's going to go in, and I need to call it Billy, and it needs to be a media file, so you can't call it just Billy, it has to be media .jpeg or .png or something like that. So if I press save and we go run action, and looking at where I've been earlier, if I look at my media folder and look in my media, there's a file called Billy, which is what the camera's pointing at now, which is just over there. Okay, so that's how we can take a picture, but it's not really very helpful unless you want to keep updating the same picture, because we could do a time that says this is the picture an hour ago. If we're going to do that, then what you probably need to do is update the name. So what we can do is I've got a bit of ginger that will make things more exciting. So instead of just being Billy, what we can do is we can add this bit of code onto the end of it. So it's going to be called Billy. In fact, let's put it in a folder called Snap. Then it's going to be separate and we'll know. Folder called Snap, it's going to be called Billy, and then it's going to have the year, and then it's going to have the month, and then it's going to have the day, and then it's going to have the hour, and then it's going to have the minute, and then it's going to have the second. Well, I'm going to take it every minute, so I'm going to I'm going to get rid of the seconds because we don't need that. This bit of code's in the description. Okay, so we've got that, and I can click save. So now if I do run action, and we go back and look at media, and we go into the snap folder, and if you look, Billy 2025 5th 16th of the 5th at 15:18, and it's the same picture, it's not changed. So what we can do is we've got it taking a snapshot, and it's taking a snapshot on a certain time. So what we're then going to do is I'm going to add an action, and we're going to upload. No, it's got upset because I did it wrong. Upload Google Photos. Okay, and we're going to use my wrong words on purpose. The file name we're going to use, I'm going to cheat because that's what we want to use. If I'm being totally honest, it's one of the reasons I took seconds out, because the second might change between here and there. There is a chance the minute will, but not quite so much. So we'll paste that in there. That's the name of the file we want to upload, and we want to upload it to an album called Snaps. Click save. So that's what that's going to do. So if we say when and click add, so time and location. So we could pick specific times. I'm going to do one later in the garden that's going to show what it's like at 9 o'clock, what it's like at 12 o'clock, and what it's like at 4 o'clock. So you kind of get a change throughout the day. But let's pick a time pattern. So we want it when the minutes are divisible by 2. I think that'll do. Click save. So every 2 minutes of every hour, it's going to take this picture and upload it to Google. So if we make time fly for a bit, and I'll keep myself amused. Okay, hopefully it's taken a few pictures. If we go back to media and we refresh snaps, yep, it's taken 2, as you can see. So 2025 5 16 at 15:22 and 15:18. So it'll quite happily take those pictures. If I go and look at Google Photos, you've got all my interesting photos in here. And I think if I go into albums, well, look, I've got an album called Snap, which has got photos in. And it will slowly build up on that album and add more pictures as it goes along. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back to you in half an hour or so when it's uploaded a few pictures. And I've killed a dog.
15 minutes later.
Okay, I've let this run for a little bit, and as you can see, there is a lot more Billy pictures. If I go into Snaps, and so Google Photos and into my Snaps album, there's a lot more pictures there. And the next thing to do is select them all and go plus animation, and it'll create an animation kind of running through. You can see it's doing it every 2 minutes, and you can see when I'm not walking about eating packets of Wotsits in the background, the light goes off in here because it's on a motion sensor. So that's the basic one. There's only a few photos in there. I've actually got one where I've been running it for longer in a better picture. So this is my back garden. So I've got 72 shots here. It's been running for a little while. So again, we can select it all. And go to the plus and animation. Oh, you can only do it with 50 shots. I've only got 45 selected, so I don't understand that. Create animation. There we go. As you can see, it kind of creates an animation. Okay, that's just the kind of special effect using Google. But what we're actually doing here is we are protecting your photos, and it could be for numerous reasons. So if you're monitoring your house to make sure your garden's being protected, you could go, when I've got movement in the garden when there's nobody there, upload the photos to Google, just in case somebody breaks into your house and steals your server with all the photos and things on. Okay, that's it for today. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you on the next one. Unless you're going to watch this one over here or this one up here. Thanks very much. Bye.